Hello YouTube, my name is Kingsley Kanem, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to change any of your image sky to blue sky in Photoshop. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, first step is to replicate your layer with Ctrl or Command J, and then you head to Edit. Under Edit, you see Sky Replacement. You click on Sky Replacement. Allow it to load for a few seconds or a few minutes, depending on how fast your system is. Now you see how the blue sky has popped on my image and has replaced the ordinary dark sky I had earlier. So there are different settings here. So first thing is scale. Right, so this scale literally means scaling the image, right? It depends on how you want the image to look like, the sky rather. So if you scale it to about this high figure, right, so it's not realistic, it doesn't look authentic. The essence is to create an authentic sky blue. Okay, scale it down. You just have to make it look more, authentic and original. That's the essence, so also scale it down. And then this is temperature. So the essence of the temperature is how it will just help you manipulate or tweak it to how you want the sky to look. Okay, so if you increase the temperature to the yellows, it's going to lighten the sky, which doesn't really fit into the essence of the tutorial. The essence is to create an authentic blue sky. Okay, so you have to tweak it back. You have to reduce the temperature to the blue and just give it that rich deep blue sky. All right, so I'll leave it at -60, and then brightness. So if you reduce the brightness, it's going to darken the sky and it will make it look really obvious that it's not an original sky, an authentic sky. So you just have to make it look lighter in order to just give it that authentic feel. Okay, and then I'll leave it at this. So next thing is fade edge, the edges. All right, so if you reduce the edges, it's just going to help fix these edges. Okay, now let me show you. If you increase the edges, the fade edge, have you seen any difference? Well, it's not really pronounced, but there are different sort of changes on the edges. It's just somehow darkened, but I'll just reduce it a little bit to just give it that lighter feel. Right, so the point is creating an authentic sky blue. And then the next thing here is shift edge. So if you reduce the shift edge, this is what you get. All right, so you just have to add it. At least I'll leave it at 22. And then however, if you hit on this sky blue, there are different sky blue, the variety. So you just hit on the one you want, the favorite one that suits your narrative or the story you're telling. Now you can just pick this. So if you open this here, you have the different kind of sky, right? So depending on what you want, depending on the narrative, depending on your perspective. So for me, it's just about the narrative I'm trying to suit. Okay, so in my perspective, I am going to I'm going to really stick to the blue sky. I think I'll go for this, and then I'll just hit on OK. So it automatically grouped. Everything is automatically grouped. So I'll just put everything, just group it again, and then you see the before and the after. See the before and the after. So in some cases, it usually affects the subject elements. If I click on it before, you see that somehow affected, and they're contrasted. So I just have to reduce the contrast on this element. So what I'll do is I'll just show you one after the other. This is before. All right, so I'll just put them together again in the group, and then you will just have to go pick up a layer mask, change your foreground color to black, pick up your brush tool, increase your opacity to 100% and your flow to 100%. Increase the size of your brush and just brush it out gently, just to desaturate the sky blue contrast or saturation on the image. Okay, just make it really seamless. All right, make it very, very seamless. So we just have to be very careful while trying to brush off this affected part. At this point, you might likely have to reduce your opacity to about 51%, so that it doesn't seem like there's been some sort of attempt to brush off anything. Like I said earlier, the essence is to create a sense of an authentic blue sky. All right, so you have to be very careful while you're just brushing this out, and that is just it. So the part that feels like there's a little bit of brush touch, so you just have to brush it back, and then brush it back. Alright, so in summary, this is the before and the after. The before and the after. So if you want to twerk it, you can reduce the opacity of the sky, but it doesn't really give us what we're looking for. It doesn't really give me what I want to achieve in this perspective. So I'll leave it at 100, and then I'll just show you the before and the after.